were some things you guys kind of fine-tuned? Because it seemed like the offense was clicking on all cylinders today.
Yeah, no, just minimizing our mistakes. The state game, you saw, a lot was on us and internal, and just through the bye week, we just kind of focused on ourselves and just trying to improve every day.
And then Charles, both touchdowns coming off fourth down stops for the defense. How nice is it to, kind of thank the defense getting those stops, putting points on the board right away?
Yeah, it's awesome to have a defense that is going to do their job because it makes our job easier. When we play complementary football, it's hard to be stopped by any other team.
And then Blake, you had 3 fourth down stops, I think, today as a defense, a lot of sacks. Is that a mindset you guys have of, every down is fourth down?
Yeah, I mean, we're just a high energy, high effort group that really wants to hawk the ball, and so for us to make those plays, I mean, we do it every day in practice. I mean, it's stuff that we work on, but it's easy to get excited for sure, yeah.
Carter, after that overtime loss against SDSU, just how motivated were you guys to get back out there and just play a game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that Sunday is tough, and you got to soak it in. But at the same time, our goals were still ahead of us. They still are. We're just going to work towards those every week.
And then I think in the first half, you guys threw for like over 200 passing yards. Just what were you guys seeing from them defensively that made you guys want to pick them apart in that way?
Yeah, I mean, we were just clicking on all cylinders, and Aiden did a great job of spitting the ball out on time and just making plays on the perimeter.
And then Charles, I think Midco Sports tweeted that 83-yard rushing touchdown was like the longest of your career.
Oh, yeah.
Just how did it feel? What was going through your head in that moment as you were bursting down the field?
It felt good. Last year I scored an 81-yarder against them. So I actually talked to him before the game, and he was like, "Am I getting another 80-yard this game?" I said, "I got you." But it felt good. O-line did a really good job blocking up front to give me the opportunity to go do that.
Corral, just a big playability, kind of set the tone right away for how that game turned out. What's that like, opening up right away?
Yes, sir. It was a good feeling. We had talked about it before the game. Just knowing their different looks, knowing what different coverages they're in, what could be there. And it was just, I felt like it was big for me to execute for the team.
Blake, I think you guys held them to -3 rushing yards, which is kind of insane.
Great.
How much of a focus was that heading into this game?
I mean, in the last 2 games, they came out and run the ball really well, and that's kind of a point of emphasis this week for us, was to stop the run, and that's a point of emphasis every game we've had this season, is to stop the run. And didn't think we did a great job the last time we played, and really keyed in on some things and got some guys some reps over the last couple weeks to really give them that experience and be able to do that. So yeah.
You guys have a big game in a couple weeks against North Dakota State. I know you had North Dakota before that, but how difficult is it to kind of focus on winning out, beating teams that maybe aren't at the level of you guys, South Dakota State, North Dakota State? How difficult is it to just stay focused week by week?
Yeah, we just focus on what we can control right now, and that's just how the Yotes are playing ball. And I mean, we're going to take it day by day. We're going to come in tomorrow. We're going to get a lift in, and we're going to watch this film, break it down, and then Monday we're going to start breaking down the other team's film. It's just how we do our operation week in, week out. So just control what we can control.
Carter, I believe you broke the receptions record last game. You break the career receiving yards record today. Just what's going right for you right now, and can you reflect on that career accomplishment?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's a great accomplishment. There's some really good names on that list, and I'm blessed to be in the position I am. But at the same time, I'm just here to win. We got our goals ahead of us, and I'm going to do whatever I can for this team.
Congratulate our football team. That was a really good win. Indiana State came in. They had a lot of momentum as a team. 2 good wins in the league. We knew we were going to have to play well from the opening kickoff. We got that touchdown early. Our defense was really dominant. Coach Johansson and that staff, they had a great plan. Took away what they wanted to do, which really was run the football. And by doing that, got them into a lot of 3rd and long situations, executed those packages, got them off the field. I think we only really gave up 1 big play all day. And they had shown over the last couple weeks to make a couple of big plays. Offensively, capitalized on the fact that they were going to pressure us. they got us off the field a couple times in the first half on third down. But we also capitalized, made some big plays at critical times. I thought that drive right before half to get a touchdown there in the 2-minute situation really was a key momentum play. And then defensively, every time they got something going, and from a fourth down standpoint, our defense was great on all of those conversion downs. And so that's step one. We've got another big step ahead of us here, going up to North Dakota this next week and playing on the road. We got to keep getting better, keep finding ways that we can improve. And I thought we showed quite a few areas of improvement today.
Yeah, Coach, we spoke earlier in the week about offensive efficiency coming out of the bye week. You had over 600 yards again this year. How happy are you with your offensive performance today?
I thought we did a good job, particularly in the second half, really getting balanced. We made some big plays throwing the football in the first half. I think the only thing, that we look offensively, and there's a lot of great things. There's some opportunities on third downs to keep drive alive where we didn't keep drives alive there early. But overall, I was really pleased with Aiden's play. He was checking a lot of plays at the line of scrimmage, thought our backs ran really hard, and obviously our perimeter players were special today.
Defensively, being able to get pressure with 3-4 down line consistently, how important is that for your guys' coverage?
Yeah, it's been one of the keys for us, and I talk about our front. We've got really good pass rushers, and so we're able to put pressure on the quarterback with 4-man, 3-man rush situations. Those guys up front, Blake, who was in here today, Mo Newsom inside, Mike Grace, Nick Gaze, but then we've also, you saw Carter Hooper play a bunch today, Niall Dickel play a bunch today, Chris Dixon inside, Will Dunn inside. All those guys played. John Bunce. All those guys played a lot of snaps, and when those guys are rolling, you didn't see any difference today. Those guys were tough against the run. In passing situations, we're able to put pressure on the quarterback, and that's a unit that's playing. Not the only unit on defense, but obviously that's a unit that's really playing at a high level.
When your first string is being successful as they are, how awesome is it to kind of see, guys like Nevin get opportunities later in the camp?
Yeah, those guys work hard in practice. It was good to get our second offensive line a bunch of reps today. I talked about the guys that we rolled in on defense, both up front and at linebacker, and then, even some guys in the secondary there. We got a bunch of guys that, understand their roles, but when they get their opportunity to step up, which we've had multiple guys have to do because of injuries or whatever the case, they've come in and played really well.
With how that SDSU game ended, did you get the sense that your guys were just excited to get out there?
Yeah, that outcome, we realized we left some opportunities on the table to put that game in the win column, but you don't get to play that game over again. All you can do is use that for the next time you play, and I think our guys did that. They put that game behind us. Some of the things that we didn't do well in that game, for example, we didn't convert touchdowns when we got the ball in the red zone. We were better at today, and that's what this team has been pretty good at doing, finding those things that we got to improve at and working hard to improve them for the next week.
I mentioned that you guys held them to -3 rushing yards. Just how much pride does it give you in your defense when you see that number?
Yeah, that means you're playing great team defense. First of all, you got a great scheme. Second of all, you're playing great team defense. Everybody's in their gap. They're executing. They're tackling well. That's a good rushing football team now. I think they came in averaging 160, 170 yards a game in the league rushing, playing some other pretty good rush defenses. And so to do that is a great defensive performance.
And you guys threw for over 200 yards in that first half. what made you guys want to go to the passing game so often, I guess, in that first?
Yeah, well, like I said, you know, they're a pressure team. You know, they were blitzing us. They caught us a couple times on third and short situations that we didn't convert. But when you're going to pressure, you're going to give up some opportunities to make big plays. And you know, we've got pretty good perimeter talent that can take advantage of that. And you saw that today. You know, got Karan behind their coverage a couple of times. You know, Carter Bell making a couple of big plays on the perimeter. And even Charles's run, you know, that's one of the things. If you're going to pressure, you're going to play everybody in the box. If you get one through the first level, like that run did, then it's just a foot race, and Charles was faster than their guys.
How important is a performance like this, execution-wise, heading into 2 games where you're going to Grand Forks and then you get...
Yeah, we're going to play a really good football team this week, a team that's well coached, and a team that's going to play hard at home, and you want to go in there with some momentum, and I think this certainly is a performance that generates some momentum on each side of the football.